What's up, guys? Okay, we're back. So let's do a little bit of a technique, straight armbar. Okay, or juji-gatame. Okay, we're here. Okay, so yeah, we have to do the accent, right? So when you're here, because Pat's so much bigger than me, I can't keep my foot over his torso. I'd rather shoot it through and put him in a 3/4 juji, like a 3/4 cross hold position here. And now he's gonna hold his hands. Okay, good. So the one thing that is cool about this, it isn't so much what you're thinking, where you want him to get up, please, Pat, and then go triangle. This isn't the Pat, okay? Because Pat's so much bigger than me. I don't even want him to go up and get me a triangle, and I don't have to triangle him from my back. It's not a good idea, okay? So that's not really the goal. The goal right now is to be here and control this position as best as you can. And the control here that I feel is really important is your ability to connect your heels to his neck and my hip to his shoulder, but closer to his neck. So it's like a leg curl and a sit through, like with my hips. So I can't do it if I'm close to Pat's hips because my feet start to raise. See that? And this is the escape Pat needs. He'll go, put your hip near me. You see this? And then now look, he can now risk putting a thumb post on my knee and escaping now. You see it? That could work. It could work. I'm not saying it's gonna work every time, but it could work. So I would cross my feet like this. Does it matter? I feel like it does. I would rather have, let's call this the torso leg because it's close to his torso, down as a primary connection to his neck. Then the leg goes over to support. Then now I pull tight, right? And then now also my hips, they go a little bit higher, like in the line of his shoulder. I don't want to be too perpendicular with the shoulder line. I want to go a little higher. Then now I can go closer. You see it? If I go a little higher, I can go closer to my heels with my hips. And then now from here, he's going to try to escape. So go ahead, Pat. So I'm not too worried about Pat trying to bridge me to the head side because my hand is here. But he might try to rock me down to the leg side. So go ahead, Pat. He might try to do this. Good. So I know there are a lot of tricks here, but if you want to stay based, this is what I feel. Hand on the mat. And as Pat tries to rock me to the torso side, go ahead, Pat. I start to shift my head. See, I started to look at Pat. So ready, go ahead, Pat. I like to swing your legs, go ahead. Swing, go. Yeah, he got me. See, I didn't move my head? Right? Do it again, Pat, hard. So I look at Pat. You see it? And he can't lift me. Right? So that little trick controls. And go do it again, Pat. And as I'm looking at him, when he comes back down, now I can pry his arm. See, and then finish it. Because the weakness is when he drops. Right? So watch this. This is just like, I'm not showing an actual grip break. I'm just showing you guys how the control and the grip break, they come together, but at a very specific point, I feel from experience. So if I'm here, and most of the time, like, go ahead, Pat, rock up. Go. Now you're going to try to break the grip. He's actually strong. He's not off balance. He's actually strong. So it doesn't mean because Pat is trying to get up, he's not going to be strong here. He's actually going to be stronger because he's using this as a device to sweep me, right? Yeah, he's not. His legs are the momentum, but this is kind of like the let's say this is the bat that hits me. So it's going to stay strong. You're not going to be able to pry his arms. However, when it fails and he comes back, that's the best time for me, in my opinion, to pry the arm, where I go elbow to hip, and then my crook of the elbow to his wrist. Then I fall to the head side. So if you're noticing, the entire control of this position, in what I'm experimenting now and theorizing now, is leaning over his head. If I look at Pat, he can't rock me back. Go rock me back now. So am I going to close the legs? Go. It's heavy, right? Look, because I can see you. If I can't see Pat, go ahead, rock it. Even if I push down, I'm getting off balance, see? And then even in the break of the grip, I want to fall here, see? I want to fall this way. So it's kind of like becoming a theory now that everything is leaning over his head. My head, my hand, the weight is all here now. So I lock my legs, adjust my hips a little bit so I'm diagonal, and I'm tight. And then now it's all about there. See how I can see Pat now. And then now when he tries to get out, let's go ahead. It's heavy. My feet lift, but only a little bit. Right? And if Pat tries to go the other way, he can't. My hand is there. You can't. He can't. Yes. And if he tries to throw my legs out, which he possibly could, go ahead. Yes. But if he's going to let go of an armbar, right? But he might try to knock it off. He might try, go ahead. So that's where this leg comes into play. Look at this, go back. Right now with my legs like this, it's pulling in here, right? When Pat takes this out, which he can, go ahead Pat, take it out with your, yeah, look. Now I shift, look how my legs shift, it's laying down now. My head is still over the head. Now this leg, that's why it's a primary, bites very tight and with my hip. So there's an adjustment. My knee isn't laying on his chest, it's lifting straight up. My hips are turning down and this leg is hugging his head. You see it? Now Pat, try to get out. Now it's really tight. Pat can tell you the control went from, I don't know, 5 to 11. Right? This is like the 5. When he takes it out, it's so tight on the shoulder. You know, and now because it's hold tight, because it's so tight on the shoulder, if I rotate, his grip is getting tested there. It breaks. That little rotation like this might snap the grip open. Yeah, and
there's a little headed arm action.
Yeah, action happening, like a little strangle. You okay? So that's just it, guys. Just wanted to talk a little about the control system, right? Being there in the 3/4 juji, as most people call it. Again, you don't really want them to roll you up. You don't want them to. I mean, that's why you're here, right? You're in a cross hold position. You want to maintain this. You're still on top. You don't really want to fight off your back. If you have this, you want to maintain this as best as you can. So it's just this one, playing here. If he removes this, turning down, shooting this through. And that's the reason I turn it down, so this leg becomes longer. And I can hug deeper and drive my hip closer. That's why you said you feel like there's a little headline action. Right? So any questions, guys? Leave them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. You guys ready? Here we go.